lux will be 50 or less in your room. Okay, so if I switch off my lights, if I switch out few of my lights, see the lux has gone down. Lux has gone down. It was 117. Now the lux is coming 55, 46. Okay, now if you have to heal yourself, if you have to protect your cells, if you have to protect your bones, your mind in daytime, when you are in room or a office or a place, try to be in the lux which is 150 lux to 350 lux. But when you are in your home after sunset, sunset can be 6 p.m., sunset can be 7 p.m. After sunset, inside your home, inside your office, I don't know if it's possible in office or not because they have their own bulbs and LEDs. But in your home, at least, make sure that you are in less than 50 lux. Am I clear on this? Type yes in the chat box if I'm clear on this. Perfect. So what will happen? What will happen? Healing. Healing through light. Lux, it's illumination. Right? It's illumination. Now, the most important thing is if you can sit in 10,000 lux for 30 minutes, and 10,000 is possible in sunlight, even if there is no sunlight. Sunlight is there, amazing. If you can sit in 10,000 lux for 30 minutes in a day, is equal to one antidepressant pill. Type wow in the chat box if you're understanding the game. So those who are late, I'm sorry, I'll not repeat. चलो repeat कर देता हूँ. So in daytime when you're working, whether it is home or office, okay, the lux should be 150 to 350. After sunset, in office or at home, it should be less than 50 lux. Tell me honestly, in your city, there is a restaurant which has a dark theme and you love going in that restaurant. ऐसा होता है कभी? Type yes in the chat box. Very dark, right? Type yes in the chat box. Yes, 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 yes. Now the owner of that restaurant might be knowing this science. You feel calm and composed. Okay. So the most important thing is being in the lux light. Body, vitamin D, sunlight, very, very, very important. There's no substitute of that. Here I'm talking about lux. Here I'm talking about the illumination. Here I'm talking about the light your body is receiving. So in daytime, 150 to 250 lux or 150 to 350 lux indoor. It can be more also, but since it is LED and bulbs, so 150 to 350. And if it is, sunset, after sunset, you have to be in less than 50 lux. Clear? So somebody is writing, Vijendra is writing, in my room, lux meter showing only 3. That's wrong. People will go in depression. People will go in mental anxiety if in daytime you are in very less lux. अगर कुछ नहीं तो कम से कम 100 lux में तो रहना ही है in daytime. Am I clear on this, guys? Type C in the chat box if it is clear to you. Awesome. Right? I work and be in maximum natural light. It can be you're sitting in your balcony, going to park. Sunlight is very important. Okay, sunlight is very important. Great. Now, the next point is I have minimized my fridge consumption. So try to buy less, try to keep it on the floor, minimize your fridge consumption. 90% of our fridge is used for, like maids come, they want tea, right? So we have minimized, me and my mother, we have minimized the fridge consumption. You have to minimize it too. And whenever you are going close to the fridge, tell me in the chat box what you will do. You will switch off the plug first. Type yes if you remember. You will switch off the plug. Perfect. So if it is showing 24 in under sunlight, make sure that you have kept your F into FC, not see this. This should be in F lux, not FC. FC में नहीं होना चाहिए. 2.9, it should be in lux. Everybody has kept in lux? Type yes in the chat box. Not FC. Yeah. बढ़िया. ठीक है? If it is in lux only, then maybe check it tomorrow again. Okay? Because it's cloudy. Sometimes it's showing very low. Or वैसे भी it's like 220. If it's cloudy, it can show low, but nothing to worry. Check it tomorrow again. Okay? By the way, which city you are? Sujata, you're writing 24. Which city you are? Okay, Surat. Okay, Kolkata. Nothing to worry. Just keep checking. Okay. Now the most important thing is after fridge consumption, just reduce it. Stop using deodorants and perfumes. Switch to itr, natural itrs. So this perfumes and deodorants has a chemical जिसका मैं नाम बोल रहा हूँ pinom, something like that. It makes males infertile. Right? It makes males infertile, and also it makes women infertile. Right? So try to not use it deodorants and perfumes, even if it's very important to use perfume. So keep your clothes on the bed, spray the perfume from 2 feet away, and run from that room. Come after 5 minutes, and then you wear the clothes. Right? Stop using mosquito repellent because it is nothing but chemicals. Don't put it on your skin. The best is you can have electrical racket. You can have net jali mein sona, machhardani. You can have those nets on your windows and doors so that mosquitoes does not comes in. I've stopped using face creams and beauty products. So in your workbook on in the last, I've given you so many natural cosmetics that you can make from your home, even face wash naturals. So stop using face chemicals, creams and beauty products. It is nothing but chemicals. I've stopped using soaps and shampoo. So soap is nothing but chemical. So what we do, we are very lucky. I belong to a city called Agra. We have a Diyalbag Radhaswami Satsang community. The Diyalbag cottage industries was the first industry in India who made uniforms for Indian Army. Type wow in the chat box. Dayalbag Cottage Industries. Right? Means my great grandmother, my great grandfather, they used to make uniforms for Indian Army. They used to do seva. Okay? So they are also making soaps. If you Google it, I don't know whether it is available on Google or not because they don't advertise. They're making soaps which has no animal fat. They're making soap which has no chemicals. So I use those soaps. If you can arrange some, in every city where there is Radha Swami Satsang Bhavan, once or twice in a year, they have their exhibition. If you find something like Radha Swami Satsang, the Albag exhibition, you can go and buy some soaps. It's guys very amazing, right? So try to see. Actually, they don't make much. They only make very less, and they sell. पता कितने रुपए का साबुन होता है? 4 रुपए 50 पैसे. Fifth, I have consumed a soap when I was in 6th class. It was 50 paisa, right? So this is how they make, and now it is like 4 rupees 50 paisa ka ek soap hai. I think 5 rupees now they've made it. So try to see in your cities, Radha Swami Satsang Dayalbag. If you see any exhibition, you'll feel the cotton cloth you find nowhere. The hanky I was showing you yesterday was a cotton cloth, right? Everything pure, made locally by the women's and the males over here as a seva. Okay. So that soap you want to see, Dr. Priya, I'll show you that soap later. Can you please show us now? I'll just show. My mom will come. I'll show you. Right? I'll show you that soap. Right? Yeah. So sunlight minimum 30 seconds. You have 30 minutes. You have to spend minimum. So try to stop using those. बार बार वॉश बेसिन पे हाथ धोते हो. Simple. Wash your hands from water. ज़्यादा है keep a rack. Keep a rack of ash of anything over there and just wash it. You can keep some mitti over there, right? So can this be done? Type yes in the chat box. Either you can eliminate it if you think it's very difficult to eliminate. At least you can reduce it. Do not use deodorant. That is my humble request. Please do not use deodorant. That is my humble request. Okay. Yeah. Next point is I have reduced, I would say I have stopped using toothpaste. what I do, this is, I've taken that hankies, that, the Dalbak ke hankies, and I just take the natural manjan. How many of you have seen that video of tooth powder as medicine? Type me in the chat box. Yeah. So make any tooth powder, and this is a cotton cloth. See how I do? I do like this. Every teeth from inside and outside better than a toothbrush, a cotton cloth with a natural manjan that we have created. Right? Very nice, very nice. Mr. P. Clarkson is using, and you will feel that there is no smell coming from your mouth. Okay? In case if you have to use a toothbrush, plain toothbrush, nothing in that, just rub like this. Not like this. If after food you think something is stuck, and right? Okay, the next point is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, after toothpaste consumption, I've stopped using leather goods. Back in Chandigarh, I used to have so many leather jackets. I still have. I'm not wearing them. You'll not believe I have more than 20 leather jackets. More than 20 leather jackets, which I purchased till I was in college. Right? So my girlfriend used to like the leather jackets. I used to just wear them to impress her. And but since then I'm not wearing it, because I believe it's animal energies, cows and buffalo, so I don't want to wear that. But I've stopped using them. I've stopped using plastic approximately, I would say, 100%. So even if I'm going to market, I'll carry my carry bags. I'll carry my kapde ka lifafa for vegetables. And very most important thing, when you're buying vegetables from the mandis, don't put them in the polythene. Okay, have that cartons and something like that. Okay, so if one, let's say you're bringing grapes, and grapes is in the polythene, if one grapes is spoiled, it will spoil the other grapes also. So have cartoons. In that cartoon you put the vegetables, right, and fruits, and then you bring, right. And if it is kapde wala, don't stiff it ki sab kuch dal diya. In the kapda wala, you can put onions, you can put potatoes, which is not pressing and kharab hoega wo. Are you understanding? Type yes in the chat box. Yeah. Dalbag portal का online नहीं है sir, because they are very normal, like they don't have any website, anything. They just prepare it for the sangat. Sangat means all the satsangis, they make it. मतलब there are times when I used to get 5 soaps at one go. भैया लो 25 soap है, 5 soap. Now I have to stand in line for hours, and I get one soap. Now that is what is happening. But I'll ask if something like that online is coming or not by the Dalbag products. So the Dalbag products ki history is very amazing. We have made uniforms for Indian Army, Indian Air Force, right? Now I stopped wearing plastic sleepers or soles. आपने देखा होगा, there's so many sleepers coming which is plastic. Don't go with that. Bata sleepers is good. Kapde wali very amazing. I stopped using shaving cream 90%. I use aloe vera gel. So if you have a very thick beard, I would suggest first do your trimming. Okay, and trimming quickly in 10-20 seconds, because it is an electronic gadget. So 15-20 seconds you do trimming, and then you put aloe vera gel, and then you put the razor. You will feel amazing if you're doing shave with your aloe vera gel. Like many people, they have aloe vera at home. How many of you have aloe vera at home? Amazing, right? So aloe vera can be used for males for putting on the skin, right? And then do shave. I've switched to waist loose undergarments. So when I say I have switched to waist loose undergarments, it means I want each of the students to wear like waistline loose. When I say waistline loose, if you remember, all our ancestors, they used to wear loose clothes. Dhoti, kurta, pajama, sari, temat, lungi, dhoti, kurti. Type yes in the chat box if you're understanding. Right? So what is happening nowadays, especially males, you have to wear boxers. But if you are doing exercise, running, cycling, only then you have to wear V shape. Okay? Now, what is happening? We have tight undergarments, tight pants, then we put a belt, then we put a shirt, we put a tie. So what is happening? The blood flow is becoming very bad. The more you become more, like in some places there is no other option. If you're in hospitality business, you are a manager in a hotel, I know that you have to wear a tie and something like that. So make sure that they're not very tight, and the socks should be folded. You see, you open the socks and you see a lal red nishan in your calf muscles. Type yes in the chat box. Imagine if that area is red with the socks grip, you know that can cause heart issues. Okay, so what you can do, every 1 or 2 hour, keep changing the place. Once, it should be very loose. 2, fold it. 3, keep changing the place up and down. Okay, now next is 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. keep your windows open. It's very, very important to keep your windows open. Reason being that natural, nowadays if you see, I wanted to buy, I'm a home in Agra. I wanted to buy a home somewhere in Agra. ठीक है, मतलब मेरी खुद की प्रॉपर्टी नहीं है, तो मम्मी ने बोला भी तेरे घर होना चाहिए. I could not find a home because every home is like this. Then attached, 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 attached. Right? So ventilation is the most important thing. Right? So make sure that in your home there's a proper ventilation, and your windows, doors should be open at least 1 to 3 hours minimum, if not 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. I've stopped watching newspaper. I prefer Doordarshan news. Trust me, guys, because I'm a Doordarshan anchor almost 3 years of my life, best part of my life after cricket. Now I've stopped watching every news, every TV है ही नहीं घर पे. In 10th class, I came home, summer vacation from Chandigarh to Agra. कि चलो 20 दिन घर में बिताएंगे. And there was a new television, and my dad kept saying बंद कर दो, कम देखो, कम देखो, कम देखो. And one day my dad, what he did? He picked the TV like this. Imagine, there's a TV in his hand, colored TV, right? Me, my sister and my mother standing. उन्होंने छोड़ दिया, टूट गया टीवी. उस जमाने में बजाज से मम्मी ने फाइनेंस करवाया था. मम्मी क्राइंग, my sister is crying, I am quiet. But today I thank my dad. At that time टीवी की आदत नहीं थी. It is still not today. Can you do that? Type yes in the chat box. Radhaswamy Bias is also there. Radhaswamy Bias is also there. They're also very amazing. Like, it is same, but their spiritual guru and our spiritual guru is like different, but it's all this. The education is same. If you can find Radhaswamy Bias ka products, I have not used, but I have heard they're also pretty good, right? Radhaswamy Bias, they're also very amazing things they are making. So I'm using natural floor cleaner. So in your workbook, if you see in the backside, I have given natural floor cleaner. I have given natural बर्तन से धोने के लिए ना, there is a chemical. I'm forgetting the name. I'll let you know that chemical name. When you clean your bartans with a Vim bar and powder and detergent, what is happening? There's something still left in that, right? So similarly, we have given you a guidelines in the back of the workbook. Find everything that is related with natural floor cleaner, natural this, natural that. In the workbook you will find itself, right? And इसका भी आपको बताऊंगा how to eat food in the plates. I use green blue dustbin. If this can be done, if you are living in an apartment, you have a society, I think in society meetings you can keep this point. Let's have a green dustbin, red dustbin, blue dustbin, and black dustbin. Twice in a month, I do mud bath. What is mud bath? In whatever city you are living, their microbes are very important. Like, I am in Agra. If I go to Delhi, so Delhi microbes will not allow me to be very comfortable. It's like I have to show my passport. Hi, I'm from Agra. Then some of the Delhi microbes will enter my body. They will try to make friendship with the Agra microbes. For example, if you're making curd in a village, it will be very different in taste. If you make a curd in your city home, it will be very different. Type yes in the chat box if you agree. Right? Because every place the microbes are different. And microbes are very important. In the first appointment with your coaches, they will tell you your microbes 1 lakh times in your stomach in 7 days. In 7 days. Okay? Because if microbes are less, what will increase? Write it down. Resistant bacteria, which is the threat to our health. And post vaccination among children, among adults, resistant bacteria is increasing, and microbes, means Akkermansia mucinifera and the other families, is reducing. Okay, will you believe there is a medicine, right? FMT. What is FMT? If the person is sick, if the person is dying, they will take the feces of a healthy person, put it in a kind of mixie, make a liquid of that, and insert in that person who is dying, either through nose or through mouth or through anus. Type OMG in the chat box. This is approved by WHO. So it's better you increase your natural microbes. Okay. So your coach is going to help you out. Pickles are good, kanji drink is good, but that only covers 5-10%. I want you to be 100% microbes rich. I wear maximum cotton fabrics. So what is cotton fabrics, guys? You all know. So cotton is a breathable fabric. Nowadays, if you see this, that, so many, आपने देख अजीब सी टी-शर्ट आती है. If you wear that, there is a smell coming. Type yes in the chat box. You know जब वो हम जो फ्री में मिल जाती है टी-शर्ट है, क्रिकेट मैच है, चलो भाई टी-शर्ट पहन लो सब लोग, right? So there's so many mixed kind of texture coming. Cotton is sadabahar. Cotton is amazing. Okay. Yeah, mud bath में हाँ, mud bath 50. What I do, I go to my local मिट्टी खेत or a garden or a park. I take 1 kg मिट्टी, जैसे ये देख रहे हो मग, इसमें I take out a मिट्टी, I take out a mug, put it in my bucket. So 1 kg मिट्टी, 2 or 3 liter water. I mix it with my hand. Now I put it in my body. Wait for 5-10 minutes. छोटा सा लॉन बनाया मैंने घर पे. सनलाइट इज कमिंग, जाके लेट जाता हूँ. मम्मी कहती है मिट्टी मिट्टी हो गया, पीछे से आई, तो पीछे से मैं ऐसे घूम के आता हूँ. एंड देन आई कम टू माई बैक साइड ऑफ माई होम एंड आई टेक शावर ओवर देयर. सो यू रिमेंबर व्हेन वी वर चाइल्ड वी यूज्ड टू प्ले इन मिट्टी? टाइप यस इन द चैट बॉक्स. सो दिस इज व्हाट आई एम डूइंग. Each one of you can do this. Mitti has microbes. Why this earth is revolving, guys? Why this earth is revolving? Because from the top, what is coming? From top, energy is coming, minerals is coming. And from bottom, what is going? Electricity and magnet. So when they combine, they become the infinity sign. How many of you have attended my lecture in Weekly Mastermind on infinity? Type me in the chat box. मैंने बताया था ना? So the earth is revolving because every soil, garden, khet, beach has microbes in it. So the microbes of Agra will be very different from the microbes of USA. Microbes of USA will be very different from the microbes of Jhansi, right? So then wear maximum breathable cloth. When you have a car and you come home at 8 p.m., 7 p.m., let's say, and next day 10 a.m. you are going. For example, let's say 14 hours you have not driven your car, and the car's ka shisha was totally, vacuumed. Your car is a chalta firta bomb. It creates so many different chemicals. Have you heard sometimes the person was driving and while driving he got faint? Type yes in the chat box. Because sometimes we fail to open the windows downwards. The moment you start your car, all the 4 windows down, drive for 5 minutes, then lift your all 4 windows. Yes, you are correct. DV Mansukh, especially in winter, summers, right? So many accidents are happened. So many accidents because आदमी को सुस्ती आ जाती है, वो समझ ही नहीं पा रहा what is happening, and the person gets faint because there's so many chemicals in the car. So open the windows. I have uninstalled unwanted apps and turned off notifications, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody look at your mobile right now. Open that mobile. You might be having many apps which are not useful. Just open them and uninstall them. Do it in the evening. It's the most important thing. Now, if you go to Instagram, I don't know what is going on. This is something related with tarot card reading. Learn with Jaspal. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is. back pain. So you see so many different emotions right now. Abhi Dhoni aa jayega, abhi somebody will come in bikini. So Dhoni, cricket, chakka, patriotism. Girl with bikini, ooh la la. So many different chemicals in your brain, and it is a cocktail. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, learn to empty your mind. The biggest gift you can give to yourself is emptying your mind. Tomorrow I'm going to tell you exactly how to empty your mind, 8 p.m. around. But whatever unwanted apps you have, tonight, can you uninstall them? It's all energies. Type yes in the chat box if you can. बहुत बढ़िया. Very nice. ठीक है? So the next thing. Some apps that come installed, that is different. Twice a week, I'm a music freak. I cannot live without music. That is the weakness. That is the strength. You know, the best thing that has happened with me is Dadi ki kahaniyan. The more you listen Dadi ki kahaniyan before sleeping, your imagination and your storytelling becomes good. Type yes in the chat box if you feel ki Vishal ki storytelling is nice. Right? Yesterday, how I explained Chandigarh wala scene. Auto se bhag gaye. And you guys were just listening to me as if, some radio jockey is telling something. So make sure that your mind is empty. Those who have listened Nani or Dadi ki kahaniyan, type me in the chat box. Because when you listen kahani and using only one ear, that is one sense. So you're only using your ear and your Dadi is narrating a story. And your mind is creating that imagination. वो imagination बहुत आगे तक चली जाती है. But now, when you are watching cartoon, you are listening, you are hearing, you're using two senses. Your imagination will be blocked. हाँ, दादी की stories, पापा की stories, मम्मी की stories, but stories if you have heard, right? So similarly, try to detox yourself with these dopamine detox. When we go to Mandir Satsang, we feel very nice because it's actually dopamine detox happening over there. The next very important thing is I dry all my clothes in direct sunlight once a month. Natural wash means not just my clothes, my undergarments, my bed sheet. If winters, rajai ka glove, pillow covers has to be in sunlight. So your clothes also absorb vitamin D. If it is cotton, it will absorb more vitamin D. So when you are wearing clothes, you are actually getting vitamin D, right? And once in a month, like my mother used washing machine, this detergent is nothing but poison to our skin, and we are absorbing that. It's not once in a month, once in a 7 days, when we wash my clothes or my mother's clothes, we do not put any detergent, only simple water. आप करके देखना. Means 52 times in a year you did not put chemicals in your body. Imagine the amount of chemicals that will not go into your body. Can you do that? Type yes in the chat box. करके देखना, right? Because right now I'm looking for natural wash, but that's not possible right now. है, ऐसा नहीं है, but that would be very time consuming, or stuff like that. But cotton clothes, right, only in water cleans very well, right? Now the next one is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sometimes it becomes 11:30 p.m. But I have already told you this, detox fellows mein, EMF detoxification. I've already told you this one. In afternoon, 15 to 30 minutes nap is very important. My take is, because I'm in clinic, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't do, but till 2016-17, I've done it regularly. Eat your food, pass urination, come back, sit in Vajrasan for 2-3 minutes, and lie down on left side. Even if you're in office, this is your chair, you can just do a little tilt of left side. So your stomach is like this matka. The acid should not go above esophagus level. That is the only intention, right? So the new understanding would be how to lead a life in which there is no medicines. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whatever medicines you are eating, honestly tell me, are you afraid leaving them? Type yes in the chat box, right? होता है ना कि यार डायबिटीज की मेडिसिन कैसे छूटेगी, बीपी की मेडिसिन कैसे छूटेगी. Till date, we have not a single casualty You have seen our YouTube channel. Type yes in the chat box if you have seen the YouTube channel. We have people who are eating heart medicines from 30 years, BP medicine 20 years, asthma medicine 25 years, BP medicine 10 years. We taper the medicines scientifically, right? It's like 20% tapering, 25% tapering, 50%, 75%, 100%. So your medicines will not be tapered. I am your coach from tomorrow, no medicines. They'll take your history, they'll take your medical case, they'll see what medicines you're eating, we'll see what medicines to be removed first, and you will be given a natural alternative. That is food. Is it making sense? Type MS in the chat box. I have told my team clearly, even if there is something we cannot resolve, we will put it in the YouTube channel. ये problem हम ठीक नहीं कर पाए, right? Okay. Now comes the most important part of the training, guys. Right? The most important part. 50 mistakes we are doing. Okay. How many of you believe heart attack comes with the big blockages? Type me in the chat box. How many of you think heart attack comes because of a big blockage in the heart? No. Heart attack comes from the small blockages. If you remember, I showed you something. Just hold on. How many of you remember this? If you can see the screen, type me in the chat box if you remember. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Right? Those who have missed, they have missed. They might not understand. That's absolutely fine. Wait for 2 months. All I can say this. Now, this was the blockage over here. This one. This one. Okay. Everybody focus here. This one. Now, this is a big blockage. ये blockage है बड़ी वाली. If a small blockage comes floating in your blood and it fits over here. Are you understanding? Type yes in the chat box if you are understanding. वो यहाँ fit कर गया. That is the most dangerous thing. The big blockages never gives heart attack. It is the small blockages that gives heart attack. Similarly, why I'm showing you this? Small changes in your life will protect your life, will make you 100% healthy. I'm going to go very deep into everything around us. Are you ready? I'll go a little fast. You have to make your notes. Clear? Type C in the chat box if it is clear. Awesome. Perfect. So let's play the rapid fire game. The rapid fire. 50 mistakes we are doing. Okay, now many of you have already discussed with you. I'll skip those. Sleep. Now I want each one of you to sleep in south direction or east direction. If you have children at home, you want to increase their height, their head should be in south direction. So your body is nothing but earth. Earth has north, east, west, south. Your body has north, east, west, south. Your head is the north. If this is north, right, and in front of me it is north. If I keep my head in north direction, north force of repulsion. I'm sleeping against the attitude of the magnetic altitude of the earth. So you need to understand, in Hindu Dharam, when somebody dies, Pandit ji says, Mrit ka sharir uttar mein kariye. So we keep the dead body of the dead person in the north side. South is force of attraction. Something is pulling you. You know, you should sleep in south selection if you're small children. East is neutral. This is east on the right side. East is neutral. East is force of, neither force of repulsion nor force of repulsion. It is neutral. So usually, you know, people who don't want to indulge in romantic activities, sadhu mahatma, they usually sleep in east. But trust me, east is amazing. You know, east is amazing. Once in 2 days or once in 3 days, you want to sleep in east direction. If you want to increase your, you know, spirituality, east is amazing. और ऐसा नहीं कि आप ईस्ट में सोओगे तो there will be nothing between husband and wives. ऐसा नहीं है, right? But south is amazing for everybody. East is awesome for everybody. Not husband wife ki wo east mein hi so rahe hain zindagi bhar ke liye. Keep changing. North never. West, it depends on you. Like because of my astrology, my astrologer told me that west is good for me. So south and east is the direction you must sleep. Am I clear on this? Type C in the chat box. Now sleep by 11 p.m. Maximum 11 p.m. If it is early, amazing. So your pineal gland is producing a chemical called melatonin. मेरी बात बहुत ध्यान से सुनना. When sunlight is gone, means sunset has happened, your melatonin is ready, not secreting. Your melatonin will come in your blood when your eyes are closed, means you are in sleep, and it is darkness. Then melatonin will released. So the reason why women used to wear bindi, ki beta now you are married, you will be busy, you might sleep late, wear the bindi. Bindi makes the pineal gland, some shadow is there. So if not 100%, 30-40% melatonin pineal gland was releasing. Understanding the game? Type yes. So head either in south or ये मेरे पीछे south है, head either in south, very good, force of attraction, or in east, neutral, never in south, north. Okay. So now the magic part about melatonin is it will only come till Brahm Muhurat, means maximum by 3 a.m. 4 a.m. You take 4 a.m. maximum. We need minimum 5 hours of melatonin. If we need 5 hours of melatonin, 4 a.m. is the last. What time we should sleep? Tell me in the chat box. Yes, 11 p.m. 11 p.m. means 10:30, lights are dim, phone is 6 meters away, clothes change, light dim, bed is ready. How many of you are night owls? You sleep at 12, 1, 2, and when you wake up in the morning, you don't feel energetic. Type me in the chat box. ऐसा होता है ना? Because your body is having less melatonin and you are inviting diseases. Melatonin is the natural cancer vaccination. Right? So sleep by 11, even minimum 7 hours of sleep, maximum 9 hours of sleep. Even if you have to do work at 11 a.m., some project has to be given, wake up 6 a.m., get fresh by 7 a.m., sunlight and everything, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., complete the project. Negative thoughts. So ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts are everything. Anytime you feel a negative thought, my way of dealing with my negative thoughts is, from where did this came? No problem. Is it important? Not at all. What is the worst form of this negative thought? Nothing. And then you will realize that your problems is this much, but in your mind it is this much. You can wear a rubber band over here. Whenever the negative thought comes, pull it up, drop it, it will give you a pain, and that pain is going to tell your mind no more negative thoughts. So that pain is very important. Are you understanding? Type yes in the chat box. Perfect. Now the next one is earphones, wireless earphones I have already talked about. Bluetooth I have already talked about. Earbuds. Now your ears are very important. Many of you, what you do after you take bath, you put Johnson and Johnson's baby, those buds into your ears. I have had 2 ear surgeries when I was in first class and then I was in fourth class because I had no hairs in my ears and the pollution dust directly goes and wax was consumed. My mother made a mistake. Now she regrets because that time she did not knew. After bath, she was cleaning with the earbuds and the wax was being pushed backside. Are you understanding? So many of you are using those earbuds. Stop using them. RO water, I've already explained. Toothpaste, I've already given you natural manjan. Saliva, I've already explained you. Wrong eating. When I say eating, try to eat at one window. Means 9 a.m. if it's your breakfast, 2:30 p.m. if it's your lunch, 8 p.m. if it's your dinner. 15 minutes आगे पीछे it is fine कि चलो 9 का 9:45 हो गया, 9 का 9:15 हो गया. But if you're somebody doing breakfast at 8 a.m., next day 10 a.m., next day 11 a.m., next day 7 a.m., your body will not produce the right amount of insulin because your body has no idea. Food timing is very important. There are two types of timing. One's how much you are chewing, 32 times. Second, eating in the right time. Clear? Type C in the chat box if it is clear. Salt. So basically, kidney patient, heart patients are not given any salt. We give a lot of salts to our patients, but it is a special salt you will design at your home. You will make it at your home, right? So your coaches will tell you in the personal consultation. But since many of you might not take, so I think because that salt is disease wise, what disease you have, okay, this is the quantity of the salt, or this is the how you have to make it. So that salt will take around 7 days to be made in your homes. Otherwise, the best salt to be used is sea salt, SEA, sea salt. And the second best one is Himalayan pink salt. There is no third salt. Sendha namak, ye namak. Sendha namak is now coming from beneath the earth. Sendha namak was like a pahad, like a chattan. It was working like an insulation for us. It used to keep the earth very cool. Now we kept digging. Now it is coming from the Patal Lok. With Sendha namak, lot of inorganic minerals are also coming. Right? 30-40 years back, if you ask, there was best salt was, I would say, Sendha namak. But now the population has increased, and those places from where we are digging these salts, earthquakes are coming there. Right? The city is becoming like very hot because that was working like an insulator for the earth. आप समझ रहे हो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं? Now we have digged everywhere. Type yes if you're understanding. So sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Okay. Now sugar, I've already told you. Palm jaggery, date syrup, khand, desi mishri dhage wali. No palm jag, no good wali jaggery, nothing. So palm jaggery, sorry, date syrup number 1, palm jaggery number 2, khand number 3, desi mishri dhage wali number 3, and khand number 4. If these 4 things are not available, then majburi mein jaake you can have good jaggery, sugar wala, sugar cane wala. It is not very good thing. No MRP. Fruits you already know ripening method. Frozen food not to eat. Safal ke matar not to eat. Right? Then rice and wheat. I have given you the alternatives. Shampoo came from the word champu. Champu, champi malish. Shampoo, the way I have told you to use it, minimize it once in a week or twice in a week. Put it in the water in a mug. Uska jhaag bana lo, then you use it. Soap, already told. Bathing habits, very important. Many of you, what you do, you go to washroom, switch the shower on, and you stand and the water falls on your head. Type yes in the chat box. ऐसे करते हैं? कपड़े खोले, टॉवल टांगा बगल में, शावर ऑन, ला 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 ला. नहीं, no, never. Team, can you please put the sugar names in the chat box? Meri team will put the sugar names in the chat box. Ritika, please put the sugar names in the chat box, which I told. Date syrup, palm jaggery, desi mishri dhage wali, and khand. So what you need to do, bathing habits, everybody, this will save many lives, I'm telling you. The moment you put, your skin is antenna. Okay? Now, if there is something hot, let's say this is a very hot rod. If I hold this rod, this part of the skin will send signal to the entire skin. Something hot is coming. My skin will prepare me for that thing. For example, how you have to take bath. Sit down in a bathroom. Please go back to the roots. We used to sit down. In Punjabi, we call fatti. You know, there's a small chair. We call it fatti. Fatti ya mummy, fatti ka. So small chair you can put. Take water in the mug. Put it on your feet. Shin bone, calf muscles, knees, thighs, upper body, chest, arms, neck, face, and then head. The moment you do this, we used to take shower, there was nothing, there were only talabs and nadiyan. How you go in talab? you put your first feet. You put your first feet. Then you go deeper, deeper, one step, second step, and slowly, 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 the water is coming up and you are here. Type yes if you're understanding. The moment you put chilled water on your cold water on your head, paralyzed attack chances can come. In summers, the worst thing that you do is very, 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 very garam pani, you put it on your head. I know it's chilled. Many people cannot shower with cold water. But the water you're putting in your head should not be hot, should be warm. Science is feet, then upwards. How many of you have noticed in winters when you take shower, garam garam pani se, and when you see your eyes are red, type yes in the chat box. When you put garam garam pani on your head and you take shower and you see your eyes में लाल लाल line दिख रही है, that is, you know what is happening because of that heat. Everybody look at me. Those capillaries are swelling, 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 swelling. वो फट जाएंगी किसी दिन. That is paralyzed attack. Are you understanding? Not very chilled pani, not very hot pani on your head. From bottom, top. 30-second process. Can you all do this from today? Type yes in the chat box. Very nice. Okay. Now, creams and cosmetics. I've given you in the book. Oil. Body massage is the worst thing that you can do for yourself. Type OMG in the chat box if you thought body massage is a very good thing. Nahi. Body massage is only meant for joints. छोटे बच्चों की joints, बूढ़े बुजुर्गों की joints. When you put up oil massage in your entire body, your skin's pores are blocked, choked, and it will remain choked for 15-20 days. Believe me or don't believe me. If they are blocked for 15-20 days, whatever time you are sitting in sunlight, the vitamin D will not be produced inside your body. Am I clear? Type C in the chat box. Once in 9 months, 6 months, if you want to do a body massage, fine. छोटे छोटे इन्फेंट्स के आप करते हो once in 6 months, once in 3 months. And the only reason people are getting vitamin D deficiency, ek to wo Bill Gates chacha, I've told you that chhatri, and plus we have a lot of oil massage we do, lot of creams we put. So similarly, the oil that we are using in cooking, right? We are putting on head is not required. अगर आपको लगाना भी है, then the local oils, it can be coconut oil, it can be sarso oil, just drops, that's it. Cooking oil, I think that part will come. Abhi, hold on. Deodorants and perfumes, I already told you. Mosquito repellent, already told you. Fogging. Do you know in your cities they're killing mosquitoes and they're doing fogging? Type yes in the chat box. The moment you see somebody fogging, I have done all the research work. I don't want to be a whistleblower over here. All I can say is run. There was a time I was stuck in a traffic and fogging was happening. I just held my breath, put up शीशे तो ऊपर होते ही हैं, रुमाल लगाया. It is nothing. I don't want to be a whistleblower. It's not good. Okay? Just run. Sunlight, I already told you. Light, lux, already told you. Ventilation, already told you. EMF, already told you. Fabric, cotton, already told you. Tight clothes, already told you. Social media, minimize the use. Your social media use should be maximum 15 minutes in a day. If that is a deal, type D in the chat box. You'll be the most happiest person on this earth. 15 minutes, that's it. And slowly and gradually 15 minutes once in 2 days. Okay? TV advertisements, no TV, no ads. Tiles, please make sure that your tiles is having earthing. Now the more modern your tiles, earthing will not come. Kajaria tiles, Falana tiles, the more modern these tiles, the earthing might not come. So please invite the earthing guy and start learning using that earthing meter. ये येलो वाली मशीन दिखाई थी, right? Soft mattress never, it should be hard. Cotton का hard वाला जो पुराने जमाने में होता था, right? Posture should be always, your spine should be erect. Everybody 2 minutes you have to do Tadasana. Okay? Can you add this one asan in your morning regimes? Malasan, Mandukasana, Vajrasan, and one Tadasana. Right? Because nowadays those in the next 5-10 years or now those who are becoming senior citizens, आप गौर से देखना, their feet will be like this, hump. Type yes if you have observed. That is where the gaddas and the posture is very important, right? Try avoiding restaurant foods. I'll show you exactly how to eat restaurant foods. Cooking vessels. Quickly write it down. Cooking vessels. The first one is mitti, mud pots. The second one is soap stone. SOAPSTONE, soap stone. ये विलुप्त हो चुके हैं, but if you can find, amazing. Third is kansa, KANSA, kansa. It is an alloy of copper, right? And you have to rub it, you have to kalai kalai कराते हैं उसमें. The fourth one is pital, brass. The fifth one is iron. लोहा है ना? If these are not available, the last option which you have is steel. Avoid aluminium, teflon coated, non-stick. मौत के रास्ते हैं ये, मौत के रास्ते. Soap stone is the second one. Mitti first, soap stone, SOAP stone, STONE. Next point, no plastic bottles. Your gut will have plastic. Shoes a little broader from the front. Key, Bata. Western toilets, avoid. Why? See, how many of you, when you're traveling, you feel constipated, or how many of you otherwise also feel constipated? Type me in the chat box. Okay. Now I'll tell you how dangerous these English toilets are, which many of you will not believe. This is your intestine. And from here you excrete. Okay. Now, this is your English toilet. ऐसे होता है. You sit on it. Let's say the height of this English toilet at your home is 1.5 feet. You went to Chennai. You are staying in, let's say, Hotel Leela Palace. In Leela Palace, there was English toilet. The height of this English toilet was 1.9 feet. Now, what is happening when you are sitting in 1 feet walaga? Let's say the center of gravity when you are sitting is here. And when you are sitting in 1.9 wala, let's say the center of gravity is here. Are you understanding? Type yes in the chat box. So this keeps changing. This keeps changing. When this keeps changing, you will always have constipation and diseases. Now, in English toilets, your anus shape is like this. Sorry, in English toilets, your anus shape is like this. Like this. And Indian toilets, your anus shape is like this. Now, what is beach ka rasta? Beach ka rasta is squatty potty stools. There are two jugaads which I do when I travel. First, on English toilet, I sit like Indian toilet. It is risky. If you slip, you are gone. I hold something and then I sit. If you're a senior citizen, it's risky. Jugaad number 2. Do you see in hotels, there's a very clean dustbin just right to the sitting pot? Pick it up, ulta karke, keep your feet over it, both your feet. So this becomes a jugaad, squatty potty stool. समझ में आया? Type yes in the chat box. Very nice. Okay, small changes. Okay, they are the culprits that gives big diseases, not the bigger blockages. Similarly, husband wife over intimacy, not good. Ayurveda may they say once in a lifetime, but that's not possible. One Ayurveda says once in a year or once in a decade not possible, once in a year not good, once in a month. I think once in a week is fine. Okay? Because for males, one drop of sperm is equal to 100 drops of blood. Maintain that stamina, okay? Believe in quality, not quantity. Next, over medication, not very good. Okay, over the OTC medication, over the counter medication. Supplements, you have all with me now. Car, I've already told you. Car ki light. How many of you believe that the white light now coming to the eyes is not good? It's very harming, it's very harmful. पहले yellow वाली होती थी white. So infinity exercise. How many of you know the infinity exercise? Type me in the chat box. I've done it many times with you guys. Infinity. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Okay? Keep doing infinity exercise. Your brain is infinity. See my eyebrows. Eyebrows is infinity. 8. Eyes is infinity. Nose is infinity. Breast, nipples is infinity. Thyroid is infinity. Lungs is infinity. Testicles is infinity. घुटने is infinity. हाथ की रेखाएं is infinity. And why the hell you are not doing infinity exercise? घर पे पकड़ पकड़ के बाल पकड़ के मारो जैसे सरकारी टीचर मारते हैं ना, स्पोर्ट्स वाले सरकारी टीचर, ऐसी मार पड़नी चाहिए आपकी. Those who are not doing infinity. तुम how many of you are doing and keep doing for the rest of your life? Type me in the chat box. And then they will say new virus has come which is making people blind. This is the plan. There is a movie called Perfect Sense. PERFECT, Perfect Sense. They have shown what is going to happen. But if you are doing infinity exercise, I vouch on this, your eyes will always be protected. Right? So, next. Okay, don't worry. Microwaves, ovens, my air fryers, I've already told you. Switchboard already. So, ladies and gentlemen, take a quick screenshot of this. These are the small changes we need to bring. No rocket science. Just to right? Yeah. So people ask which cooking oil. I said, what is the purpose? देखो भाई, cooking oil, what you will do? You will put a tadka in a dal. You will make a paratha. You will make pakode. You will make dosa. Type yes in the chat box. This is what we do of the oil. है ना? So if you are making these oils, I mean these food, then purchase the cheapest, सबसे सस्ता cheapest refined oil. I'm not joking. I'm also not joking, Didi. I am protecting your heart. I'm protecting your heart. Let me explain you. When you consume pure sarso oil, pure coconut oil, pure groundnut oil, it is like this. Do you drink coconut oil? Do you drink sarso oil? Do you drink groundnut oil? No. 1 teaspoon everybody should. You will make this oil like this. When you make a dal ka tadka, when you make dosa, when you make paratha, because you have आपने heat कर दिया है. Now this will go and stick in your endothelium layer. Am I clear? Type yes in the chat box. You don't need a single drop of oil. बस आपकी मन की तसल्ली के लिए I am saying you can consume 1 teaspoon, half teaspoon coconut oil or sarso oil or groundnut oil. When you're eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, you're getting it whatever amount of need. ठीक है? हाँ, whatever olive oil. So, question number 1, if you want oil, what is the purpose? If the purpose is paratha, tadka, dosa, pakode, refined oil. Save your money, save your life. Otherwise, you will say, "Your kachi khana sarso village in Haryana. So what, Didi? You have made that sarso ka tel refined, making it paratha of it. Is it making sense? Type MS in the chat box if it is making sense. बहुत बढ़िया. ठीक है? So now, having said all these things, the graphene is still in your blood. We are protecting it by making your blood thin by doing earthing and grounding. What if your coaches tell you something 24 into 7 will be protected? How many of you need this? Of course, you need this. In the first call with your coaches, tell me about magnesium, tell me about graphene solution, life sorted. Now, disease monitoring. ये रह गया, ये देखो आप. This is my driver. He sends me the screenshot. He does not know how to read Hindi. He does not know how to read English. So he shows me his phone in his hand. कि भैया क्या लिखा है? How many of you read Hindi? Type yes, you can read this. So the school is saying tomorrow is parents teacher meeting. After the parents teacher meeting, if you want to get your children vaccinated, please come with your parents या जो भी हो सो. तो मैंने बोला, his name is Mohammad Riazuddin. He drives my car. He's like almost 29 years old, 25 years old, sorry. His name is Bablu. ऐसे he's Mohammad Riazuddin. I said, भैया they are saying कि बच्चों को टीके लगेंगे इंजेक्शन. I will not. मैं तो नहीं लगवाऊंगा. मैंने कहा अच्छा एक बात बताओ भैया. What if the teacher जबरदस्ती gives vaccination to your children? You know what he said? भैया मार देंगे टीचर. Yes. We need such parents. We need such parents. तुम जागो भैंस की आंख. तुम्हें मौत के टीके लगाए जा रहे हैं, HPV डॉटर्स को लगा लो. I'll give you evidences. Complete list. Please don't get vaccinated. I'm not saying yes. I'm not saying no. Can you do your research work? The evidence which I will give you. Type yes in the chat box. Right? What if I already vaccinated? Earthing कराते रहो बहन. Earthing करा. Earthing. मिट्टी. पकड़ के ले जाओ बाल पर. बैठ वहां पे घास में. Right? So now, this is the disease of fear. There's a very beautiful book called Disease Mongers. Somebody says disease mongers, some says disease mongers. How doctors, drug companies and insurers are making feel sick. भाई डॉक्टर्स को ना हर जगह बदनाम कर देते हैं. I have done all my research work. ये बहुत प्यारे हैं, इनकी कोई गलती नहीं होती. They are like a chess का प्यादा. उनको बस they are just using them. So disease mongering is something like hesitation in shy is called social phobia. Spending extra time in gym is called muscle dysmorphia. Medicines are available. If you are fearful of number 13 is triskaidekaphobia. Right? If excessive cleaning or excessive attention to details, it is a disease called OCPD. Iski medicines are coming. Doing more shopping, show this to your wife. If she's doing more shopping, she has compulsive shopping disorder. Low testosterone in males, with age it happens. Why to worry? अब तुम जिंदगी भर शक्तिमान तो रहोगे नहीं. Right? Sudden urge to urine, overactive bladder. It is a disease. Right? Loss of fat from face after doing extra exercise, runner's face. There's an ointment that you have to put on your cheeks. Fat will come back. Driving fast vehicle, road rage. It is a disease. In women after 40-45, menstruation ceases, menopause. Bheno, never go with HRT. Did somebody ever give you advice of HRT? Type yes in that chat box. Hormonal replacement therapy. If anybody in your life gives you this suggestion of HRT, bhag jana. Hormonal replacement therapy. Bhag jana. Right? Yes. Bakwas nahi, it is maha bakwas. Never do it. Loss of hair and baldness, hair follicle disorder. It can be less protein. Rogaine laga lo, which was a cholesterol medicine, then BP medicine, now hair medicine. Bad breath, halitosis. Everybody searched about Listerine. Type yes in the chat box. Listerine. सबने search किया था. Dr. Joseph Lister, medical doctor, also a businessman, selling floor cleaners. Somebody came in his clinic. Your mouth is stinking. You have halitosis. व्हाट टू डू, इस पोचे से कुल्ला कर लो. आई एम अ डॉक्टर बट नेवर टुक HRT. वेरी गुड सिमरन, वी नीड सच डॉक्टर्स. Stomach pain or change in bowel movements, IBS. It is nothing but an inflammation. भाई, all the majority of IBS, IBD, Crohn's ulcer patient को क्या बोलते हैं? Colonoscopy. They put a very thick camera inside your colon, inside your anus. पता नहीं वहां पे इनको कौन सा ताजमहल मिल जाएगा. And then they become more sick. Type yes in the chat box if you have observed. है ना? कोलोनोस्कोपी भाई तुम कैसे करा लेते हो यार? तुम पागल वागल हो क्या हो? मतलब कोलोनोस्कोपी, दे विल पुट इनसाइड. क्या दिख गया उनको अंदर? ताजमहल था, कुतुब मीनार, क्या था अंदर? क्या था अंदर बताओ मुझे, क्या था? कुतुब मीनार, ताजमहल, इजिप्ट, क्या था अंदर? यू विल बिकम मोर सिक. वीक बोन्स, इट इज अ रिस्क नॉट अ डिजीज फैक्टर. ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस, इसका टी स्कोर ही कम करते चले जा रहे हैं वो लोग. टी स्कोर कम कर दो. -2.5 को -2.0 कर दिया. राइट? लैक ऑफ फीमेल सेक्सुअल डिसफंक्शन, mood swings in growing kids, bipolar disorder. These diseases that I'm telling you on the screen 30, 35, 40 years back, nobody heard about this. Type yes if you agree. किसी को पता ही नहीं था ये है क्या. Right? PMDD, irresistible urge to move the legs, rest leg like syndrome. Like in Punjabi mothers, what they do when you're shaking your legs like this, मुंह पे चप्पल पड़ती है हमारे. बंद करें नू, कलेश नू. राइट? तो बीमारी अब पता चला, रेस्ट लेग लाइक सिंड्रोम. डिफिकल्टी इन गेटिंग एंड मेंटेनिंग इरेक्शन, इरेक्टाइल डिसफंक्शन. मैंने पूरी कथा आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड यू दैट इन योर genitals you need more capillaries. There is no such thing as erectile dysfunction. If that capillaries is gone from heart problem. If that capillary is gone from your genitals, erectile dysfunction. Right? Changes of mental balance after 60, satyana, psychosis, risk syndrome. You will go to a psychiatrist, your mother is 65, they will say your mother has psychosis, these are the medicines. Bhago. Habit of occasionally forgetting things, mild cognitive impairment. आपके साथ भी तो ना, अरे पेन, अरे मम्मी पेन नहीं, अरे पेन तो ये पड़ा. Right? Blood sugar is little high, pre-diabetes. Nobody is healthy. Either you are ill or you are about to get ill. Type yes in the chat box. Either you are ill or about to get ill. Right? Thick nails, toenail fungus. My grandfather died at the age of 84. Right? He was driving, he was on cycle till the age of 83. Right? So he had very thick nails. So मैं और पापा, he put to his legs in hot water for 15 minutes and then we used to cut. उसे बीमारी भी है, वही पता चला. GERD. Right? Lack of attention and focus in work. Adult attention deficit hyperactivity disorder है आपको. क्या करना है? गोली खानी है. Muscle pain and tiredness, fibromyalgia. Your B12 can be less, your vitamin D can be less. Maybe you are eating that cholesterol HMG coenzyme inhibitor. It is a disease. So the problem here is how to get rid of all these things 24 into 7 into 365. EMF solution. I have taught you many things. Your coaches, knowing your lifestyle, will teach you more things. Am I clear on this? Type yes in the chat box. Now comes the most important part before I open the gates for personal consultation. The drug mechanism. As I told you, all are diabetic. Now, who is deciding the threshold of diabetes? ADA, American Diabetic Association, Cochrane, ACP, and DDG. इन चारों की अलग है. ADA बोलेगा फास्टिंग 100, Cochrane बोलेगा फास्टिंग नॉट रिक्वायर्ड 250 पोस्टप्रेंडियल, ACP बोलेगा 8.4 HbA1c, एंड DDG नेशनल डायबिटीज डेटा ग्रुप ये बोलेगा 227. कंफ्यूजन है? टाइप यस. मुझे हो रही है भाई. आई एम टीचिंग यू, आई एम गेटिंग कंफ्यूज्ड. आप तो सीख रहे हो मेरे से. इमेजिन व्हाट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू. अब किसकी मान है भाई? ये बता दो बस, भगवान जी किसकी माने, उसी की मान लेंगे हम तो. Now, glucometer adjustment. When you are checking from glucometer, the manual you have thrown, check next time. It says 10 to 20% up and down. Down to it will never happen because it is against their business. Capillary blood. When you are taking blood from here, this is capillary blood. This blood tells 10% high. You need to give blood vessels, vessels wala blood. But these vessels wala blood, if you have given, it needs to be checked within 20 minutes. If it is not checked in 20 minutes, your glucose will come high. It is a question mark whether that sample of blood you have given to the laboratory, if it is being checked in 20 minutes or not. Apo lala log, scientific pathology, please come to my home. Dr. Lal Path Labs, please come to my home. And that gentleman is stuck in a traffic. Type OMG in the chat box. कितना बड़ा खेला है ये भाई, राइट? कैपिलरी ब्लड 10% हाई, तो ठीक है, वेन्स वाला ब्लड. विंटर में 10% ग्लूकोज हाई, एज आफ्टर 50 10% ग्लूकोज हाई, राइट? नाउ फीवर, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, व्हेन योर फीवर इज देयर, ग्लूकोज विल गो हाई, राइट? देन डिफरेंट फिंगर्स डिफरेंट रीडिंग्स. 2014 में नई नई डायबिटीज चेक करनी मैंने सीख ली, बिकॉज आई स्टार्टेड माई क्लिनिक. आई वाज अ स्पोर्ट्समैन. बैठे बैठे पेशेंट्स आर नॉट कमिंग. Glucometer, so many syringes, tuck, tuck, tuck. All 10 fingers, always the reading is different. I have seen 97 from one finger. I have seen 127 from one finger. भैया किसको माने? Is it making sense? Type MSS making super sense. किसको माने? Right? Then adding to my confusion, I got a Satsangi patient. He was Radha Swami, Swami Bagh wale. Now Radha Swami has 3 sects: Vyas, Dayalbagh and Swami Bagh. Different countries, different parameters. Now this gentleman sitting in front of me, he says he was from Bangladesh. He was an Indian Radha Swami Satsangi, but living in Bangladesh. He says in Bangladesh I am not diabetic. मैंने कहा अच्छा, in India I am diabetic. Tell me something. भाई मुझे आधे घंटे समझ नहीं आया मैं क्या बोलूं. मैंने now then he told, in Bangladesh, guidelines of diabetes is followed of WHO. WHO says fasting 123 to 127 is not diabetes. India follow ADA, American Diabetic Association. Here fasting they say 100. Type ha ha in the chat box if this is a joke. This is a joke. So those who want to live a diabetes free life, please start living in Bangladesh. आपकी डायबिटीज ही नहीं आएगी. भाई मजाक चल रहा है क्या? Right? Now which one to follow? Let's follow WHO and United Nations. They say 10% adjustment factor. Write down in your notepad 10% adjustment factor. Okay? Now coming to fasting. How many of you have checked your fasting someday in your life? कभी तो की होगी. Now 50% time your fasting will be 55% time your fasting will be high, your PP will be low. Try to understand who is deciding your fasting. Your liver. Let's say you are a sportsman, you wake up at 6 a.m. You wake up at 6 a.m. every day from last 3 years because you have to go to ground, do running. Okay? Then you wake up at 6 a.m. You pick up your cycle, you go to a park, you do some running, jogging, whatever, and one fine day you saw somebody checking diabetes free of cost. अरे वाह, फ्री में तो मैं जहर भी खा लूंगा. भैया चेक करना. You have checked your diabetes, your sugar, empty stomach, it is coming 140. You will be in so much stress. Empty stomach 140. Type yes if anybody will come in stress. It should be 100, it is coming 140. You will go back home, check your PP after 2 hours, it is coming 120. It is not a disease, it is called dawn phenomena. What is dawn phenomena? Your brain keeps checking what time you are waking, what kind of activities, exercise you are doing, how much glucose is required. तो brain ने क्या किया? You were sleeping at 6 a.m., but brain has the data from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. This gentleman is doing lot of running, exercise, gym, ye wo so. Around 4 a.m., 3 a.m. in the night, your brain will say to liver, bhai, this boy is about to wake up. From last 3 years, he's running like mad boys, very hardworking. But his glucose is less. Release some glucose in the blood. Your liver will say, okay, brain sir. Your liver will release the glucose in the blood. Type wow in the chat box. See how your body is protecting you. How your liver, like a trained dietitian, giving you the glucose. So this disease is not a disease, it is a dawn phenomena. Just go and Google and write this word. What is dawn phenomena? So endocrinic journal है, it says पूरी दुनिया में, in the entire world, 55% people, their fasting can come high, more than 100. Type me in the chat box if you have felt that high fasting more than 100 in your lifetime kabhi bhi. वो देखो, keep a chat visible to everyone. Me. वो देखो. And imagine if you go to a diabetologist, they will declare you are diabetic. 50% people, 55% people, your fasting will be higher, maybe your PP will be low. तो भैया जब बीमारी ना है, जी जब बीमारी ना है, this is the body's behavior. So ACP has proven 8.4. What is HbA1c? देखो भाई, HbA1c I am telling 8.4, but ये कोई महान चीज नहीं है. Do you know it came in India in 2010? Nobody knew what is HbA1c. There are only 7-8 countries in which HbA1c is followed. मेरा one of my client of Canada, first client of Canada, मुंह पे जो उसने मेरे चप्पल मारी भाई. I said, what is your HbA1c? कनाडा में there is no rule of HbA1c. उसने मेरा मजाक बनाया कि you do your homework and then come back. Can you understand? Type yes in the chat box. HbA1c is nothing but a average of the blood taken from your red blood cells. Capillary blood, blood vessel blood, this is all the veins wala blood. HbA1c mein the blood is taken from your red blood cells. The life of your red blood cells is 3 to 4 months. The older your red blood cells, the higher your HbA1c. The lower your red blood cells, the younger your red blood cells, the lower your HbA1c. समझ में आया खेल? Type yes in the chat box. Now you were following my diet plan. You went to check your HbA1c. It was only 20 days, 30 days old. Your HbA1c is normal. विशाल सैनी भगवान बन जाएगा. If I put this tabiz in your gardan, now your diabetes is normal, go. The credit will go to tabiz. If you are eating metformin की दवाइयां and your HbA1c is normal, then दवाइयां आपकी दोस्त, आप दुश्मन बनाना हो. You are taking my diet plan, but you checked your HbA1c when your red blood cells was 3 months, 4 months old. विशाल बेटा, I am taking your diet, then I will try. मैं आपके साथ मत्था मारूंगा. मैडम, fasting not required. HbA1c every 3 months it can increase. Anybody का, मेरी किसी का भी आ. मैडम, आपका PP should be fine. नहीं, मुझे HbA1c भी नॉर्मल चाहिए. Are you understanding? कितने अनपढ़ हैं हम लोग? Type yes in the chat box. The first is PP. Second, Lula Langda is HbA1c if you have to take. Fasting not required. ठीक है जी? आंखें खुल रही हैं. Type EO in the chat box. EO, आई ओपनर बना देगा आपको मरीज. Your identity changed. What is it in your पर्चा? पेशेंट विशाल सैनी. हट, तेरा बाप होगा पेशेंट, मैं नहीं हूं पेशेंट. चेंज योर नेम. पर्चों में से पेशेंट काट दो पहले. कैन यू डू दिस टुडे? योर फोन नंबर, योर गाड़ी का नंबर, योर डेट ऑफ बर्थ, एवरीथिंग मैटर्स. सेम इज योर नेम. नेम के आगे पेशेंट विशाल सैनी. मैं तो नहीं हूं पेशेंट, तू होगा भाई. From every parcha today, cut the patient word. You have changed your identity, right? So even if you have to take a 3 months average, you can take it at your home. 3 महीने का एवरेज निकाल लो from glucometer, right? Now what I'm saying, your body is not making insulin. Type 1 diabetes, थोड़ा insulin. Type 2 diabetes, right? And थोड़ा insulin but affecting other organs. MS, right? Metabolic syndrome. I am saying jitna insulin healthy person is making, you are also making the same insulin, but yours is delayed. Remember the apple example? Type yes in the chat box. Yours is delayed. You saw the apple, picked the apple, smelled the apple, eat the apple, and then the process started. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what is happening in your body is spikes. 300 glucose, you bring down to 100. 300 glucose in the dopeher, afternoon, bring down to 100. 300 in the night, you bring down to 100. So this is spikes. BP was very high, you bring and normal. BP again very high, you bring it normal. You BP very high, bring it normal. BP very high, bring it normal. This is angiogenesis. ये तो बहुत गर्मी या बहुत सर्दी. Are you understanding? Type yes in the chat box. The spikes in your body, right? So this spikes is always there. We all had lunch around 2 p.m. That was Diwali. Glucose. After 4, 5, 6 p.m. when we have not eaten anything, it will glucose will. So this is natural spikes which is happening. Now what is happening? What is happening? Yogi Adityanath ji, the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, said to me कि you make Agra की roads. I said okay sir, thank you, I will make Agra की roads. Thank you, आपने मुझे स्लैक समझा सर. मुझे तो वैसे ही स्वास्थ्य मंत्री बनना है योगी जी, आप ही का सहारा चाहिए मुझे, right? So he said okay. Agra, Aligarh, Mathura, Etawah, Vrindavan, I have been given the contract by the Uttar Pradesh chief minister कि बेटा make the roads. तुम्हें स्वास्थ्य मंत्री बनना है, सर बनना है. I have made all the roads. Sir, very ईमानदार काम done. You give me 100 crore budget, I made the road in 90 crore. मेरा नाम है विशाल सैनी सर. सर 10 crore बच गया आपका. Now, in that road, war tanks are coming. Roads are broken. I never thought in my wildest of my dream, this road I made for trucks, bus, car, jeep, cycle. Type yes if you're understanding. But you are bringing war tanks. So similarly, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, when you eat MRP, the glucose is in your blood. Brain says, throw it in the highway. Highway toot gaya. Right? Are you understanding how you are hurting yourself every day? Type yes in the chat box. So your problem, ladies and gentlemen, whatever your problem is, on day one, it was like a small puncture. You put air, you're not going for the permanent puncture, you put air. From Agra to Delhi, again it is puncture. Again I'm putting air. I'm not going with the permanent solution कि मैं puncture ठीक करूं मैं. From Delhi, I reached Chandigarh. Again the tire is flat. Again I'm putting air. Chandigarh to Manali, flat air. Manali to Ladakh. When I reached Ladakh, the puncture is this much big. In Agra, it was this much. Your problem was this much. With medicines, you are increasing and increasing. Type yes if you agree. Yes. So somebody just wrote, Vishal, what is your FBS, fasting blood sugar? I swear after 2014-15, I have never checked. Now मुझे check करना है. Only one time my blood sample I have given for insurance, and insurance guys also don't give you the blood reports. Right? So brain as driver. So you have to give back authority to the brain. You cannot give directions to the brain. If it is making sense, type yes in the chat box. Your brain knows what to do. Your brain knows what to do. All the brain is asking is, adangi mat ladao. No, I will decide my BP with my goli. I will decide my blood sugar with a goli. I will decide my T3, T4, TSH with a goli. I will decide when my periods will come with a goli. Don't do this. Brain is only asking this. Right? बिल्कुल ठीक हो सकता है arthritis. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, I've already given you that example that glucose is in your blood, and from your blood, it goes to your organ. Right? Then why don't people drink insulin? Because liver will throw the insulin. Because it is not a food and the taste is also very bad. So high glucose is a symptom. Whatever glucose is in your blood, it is nothing but a symptom. Now, Bhagwan ko bhi nahi pata. I also don't know that whether you will get arthritis or otitis or cellulitis or pancreatitis or hepatitis or conjunctivitis or bronchitis or colitis or gastritis. Are you understanding? Your job is not to send extra glucose in your blood in the form of MRP. That's it. इतना कर लोगे? Type yes in the chat box. बहुत बढ़िया. बाकी का मैं मैनेज कर लूंगा. Secondly, when somebody says your pancreas factory is not creating insulin, my factory is always open, metformin eat. Your body is producing two keys. Remember? आपको पुराने दिन में याद दिला देता हूं. Glucose comes, says knock knock, and the cells does not open. Type yes. अगर 47 rupees workshop याद आ गई. Glucose comes, says yes yes. Why? Because insulin is less. There is a key. Insulin is a key. That is two keys. One is insulin, the other one is amylin. And see the magic. If your body is producing 100 unit insulin, your body will produce 1 unit amylin. Type OMG in the chat box. Mangoes khaoge, but after some times, right? So you all are Langda Tyagi. Type LT in the chat box. Basically, you all are Langda Tyagi. LT likho, LT mein batata hu what is Langda Tyagi. If you have seen that movie called Omkara, in Omkara there is a hero called Saif Ali Khan. Correct? Saif Ali Khan has only one leg, but he is able to do all the work. He is slow, but he is able to do all the work. Same is your story. तुम बीमार हो, you're doing all the work. You all are Langda Tyagi. And what you have to become? Likho, you be Usain Bolt. You all have the potential to become Usain Bolt. You have potential to be. Right? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you just have to protect yourself from multiple organ failure. Right? You just have to protect yourself from multiple organ failure. Now, the challenge is, what is our USP? Go Nature is famous for two things. The diet consultation and the personal consultation when we give. And the next one is 18 natural therapies you will get in 6 months. Which no school talks about, which no naturopathy center talks about, which is free of cost. You can do it from your home. Are you ready to receive this personal consultation in a world which is obsessed of eating medicines and supplements? Type yes in the chat box. One coach, 6 months, no improvement, don't pay EMI. Valid deal, type VD in the chat box. One coach given to you 6 months, unlimited calls, unlimited WhatsApp, meet the coach on Zoom every 15th day. That is not overconfidence. That is our confidence. We are doing it. Right? So this is what is happening in the world, guys. 1979 में NDDG said 200. They said 227, but in the medical papers they wrote 200. हाँ, ये मैं बात बताना चाहता हूँ. In National Diabetes Data Group, they said 227 postprandial is fine. Media में they said 200. In the research paper they wrote 200. So media asked कि sir, it was 227. Why are you writing 200? Would you like to know their answer? The answer was 200 is a number which people can easily remember. इसलिए हमने 227 को we have made it 200. तुम माथा पकड़ लोगे भाई, मैं ऐसे सिर्फ तुम्हें बातें बता सकता हूं. Type OMG in the chat box. Please, I'll just tell you. Right? So then in 1997 and WHO in 2000 and 1999, they keep fasting 126. तो इंडिया सरक के ADA 2003 said no, fasting should be 100. तो बांग्लादेश में अभी भी fasting 126 is fine. India में it is 100. In 2010, now India has 3 parameters. PP should be 140, fasting should be 100, HbA1c should be 5.6 or 5.7. Don't you think these are the traps? Type yes in the chat box. 9 crore people in India are diabetic. Sorry, 12 crore people are diabetic in India. Interestingly, in 2003, in one day in India, 2 crore people became diabetic. Ask me how in the chat box. Look how. Biti Vishal batao how. Because we were following 126 and one fine day, the newspaper heading says, fasting 100 or above is diabetic. Arey Saroj, check karna. 102. Arey, I'm diabetic. Overnight in this country, 2 crore people became diabetic. Just one guidelines changed. Type OMG in the chat box. कि भैया ये है क्या, गेम क्या है ये. ठीक है. So diabetes, 17.5 people became diabetic, retinopathy patients. So आपके सामने सरकारी आंकड़े. NDDG सरकारी, they said 227 postprandial is fine. Very good. WHO said 10% adjustment factor. Very good. 227 plus 22.7 is equal to 249.7. Very good. This is what Cochrane is saying. This is what ACP is saying. 249.7
kind of
postprandial is not diabetes. बाकी आपकी इच्छा. Clear? Type C in the chat box if it is clear. ठीक है. Total cholesterol 300 was okay, then 240, today it is 200. HDL, LDL, VLDL, triglycerides. So read this book, Harrison's Principles of Internal Medicine, 8th edition. मैं तो evidence दे रहा हूं भाई. Right? Thyroid 0.1 to 6.0, today it is 0.3 to 3.0. मन गया thyroid patient. Osteoporosis minus 2.0, today it is minus 2.5. 85% more population become osteo patient. दवाइयां start. So here is 2 guidelines. One is profitable. So if you are having a chemist shop, you are selling dawaiyan, this one is good for you. If you are a patient, this one is good for you. Clear? Type C in the chat box. Milk is no more a diet. I've already told aspirin not required if there is no history of heart attack or brain stroke, right? So the question is how you will track your progress without medicine and supplements. To all the gold members, along with the personal consultation, we will give you a mobile app. In that mobile app, before the coach meets you, there are 30-40 questions. Can you please fill that? It's a humble request. I can give you better services. Type yes in the chat box. I'll give you the mobile app. Perfect. In that mobile app, you will get the food notification. Let me tell you what is the magic of the mobile app I'm going to give you. Let's say I have given you a particular diet. Your coach has given you a particular diet कि भैया ब्रेकफास्ट में ये खाना है, लंच में ये, डिनर में ये, मिनी मील्स ये, फलाना ढिमकाना. Before sleeping, an option will come. How many things you ate? हाँ ये खाया था, टिक मार्क. खाया था, टिक मार्क. टिक मार्क. ये नहीं खाया, क्रॉस. So I can see that in 60 days you have followed the diet 80%, 90%. Type wow in the chat box if you need these kinds of tracking. आपने बोला विशाल, I wanted to lost 20 kg weight, but I only lost 12 kgs. What is this? हाँ. Then I will say, मैम इधर आओ, see mobile app. You have followed 60% GG. If you would have followed 80-90% GG, तो 20 का 25 कम हो जाता. You could have reduced 25 kg weight. So this is the level of tracking we are doing, right? And even after 6 months, you can use the mobile app. You can use the mobile app. Now, in the end, I want to give you a beautiful gift. Before we come to the end of day 2, before I start the gate of personal consultation is nowhere, not on my website, nothing, only 2-day workshop. Why do some people live for 100 plus years? Do you want the answer? Type yes in the chat box. Why do some people live for 100 years? 2009 Nobel winning science, telomere, Telomere, telomere. Now read this. What is telomere? A protective coating at the end of the chromosome of the each cell. Interestingly, with time, यानी when you're aging, time age, the length of telomere shortens. इसको दोबारा read करो, क्योंकि आपको you will not understand even after reading. Yes, you all are silver members. In 30-40 minutes, I will give you the link and you can become gold members. Now see this. This is a shoelace in my hand. Okay, this is the shoelace. Everybody look at me. This is telomere. Okay, this is your life. You were born here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 120, 130, 140, 150. You're designed to live 150 years. How you will live for 150 years? If this jute ka feeta does not open, you see this? Type yes in the chat box. This cover, right? ये समझ में आ रहा है cover क्या होता है? हाँ. So you can say this cover is nothing but telomere. If this opens, what will happen? This is the chromosome of the cell. The chromosome will become chota, right? Now read this line. Now again read. Amazing, right? Now, all you have to do is you have to increase the quality of your telomere by producing a chemical called telomerase. What is a chemical called? Telomerase. The protectivity of telomere depends upon a special chemical called telomerase, which the body produces when you eat according to your elements. Now, there's one fruit. All the old students who know the answer don't give the answer. There is one fruit which is from inside, it is like this. Tell me that one fruit. From inside, it is like this. Can I tell you? Type yes in the chat box. No. Noodles. Rachna is saying noodles. Noodles not a fruit. Angur, no. Jackfruit, papaya. The answer is banana. How many of you have seen the seed of banana? Type me in the chat box if you've seen that. You know, patla sa hota hai. World's most longest living people. They were asked a question. Longest living person in Vietnam, Singapore, India. They all had one habit: eating 1 or 2 banana empty stomach in the morning. I know diabetic people are thinking what we will do. We will make that arrangement. Don't worry. Right? If not in morning, before 12 noon. Right? So, if you are looking for longevity, and this longevity, trust me, guys, you can achieve in 4 to 5 months. The length, the quality of your the quality of your telomere, right? So how to produce telomeres naturally? Eat the food with the right structure, increase in telomerase productivity, 30% increase in telomere in 70, 80, 90 days. Type cool in the chat box. This telomerase will open the blockages also. Telomerase, nitric oxide, these are the chemicals your body can make in abundance. Okay. Now, how to find a nutritionist who understands me emotionally as well as scientifically? Will you agree that today personal consultation is all about selling supplements and giving new products? अब 1 महीना हो गया ये खरीद लो, 2 महीना हो गया ये खरीद लो, 3 महीना हो गया come to my naturopath center. Type yes in the chat box. Amazing, yeah. So all you have to do is you need to sit with one dedicated nutrition coach who is my student. How many students I need? How many coaches I need? I need 100. How many I have? 12. Because the training I give them, वो सबके बस की बात नहीं है. समझ में आ रहा है? Type yes in the chat box. So if I am giving you a coach, it is Vishal Seni with a different face. Clear? Type C in the chat box. Perfect. Okay, how many coaches I need? I need 100 coaches. आ जाओ. God has stopped creating crazy people. It is my pain. Trust me on this. That manufacturing defect is now everywhere. Right? So I said about banana, one empty stomach. So problem number 11, guys. The most important problem number 10, guys, power breathing. So how many of you are doing power breathing? Type me in the chat box. I did a small survey and I found 40-45% people are not doing. You are at your own risk, guys. Power breathing is something magical. Okay? Please do it. Shabash. Very nice. Now, one thing you have to do over here is do power breathing in prone ventilation position also. I'll be meeting you next Saturday. Prone ventilation means ulte led jao. And just 2-3 minutes breathing from nose or mouth, your choice. So when you're in prone ventilation position, your lungs becomes a little big. Right? Questions later. Now, every organization should have a medical doctor. If you are talking to a dietitian, nutritionist, healer, tell him who's your medical doctor. 99.99% naturopathy centers, they don't have medical doctors. Though we do not believe in blood report, but yes, we might say, share us your old reports or new reports. We have a back-end medical doctor, Dr. Rakesh Pai Kasturi. He's from Delhi. You will not be having direct consultation with him, but your coaches will be in touch with him. Am I clear on this? So from medicine tapering to medical suggestions, we have a medical doctor. Okay. Thank you. So challenge number 27, how can medical practices see my improvement, consider my healing, reserving? That I've already told you. Now problem number 11, unknown hidden secrets of naturopathy. I'm going to give you 4 secrets, right? I'm going to give you 4 secrets, guys, and that is going to be a game changer. If you are ready, type yes in the chat box. Secret number 1. 4 secrets. Secret number 1. From today, when you are eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, anything going to your mouth, even if it is a glass of water, your mind will be calm, composed, happy. Clear? Type C in the chat box. There is a prayer that I do before starting my meals. Can I share that prayer with you? Type yes. So the prayer is which my father have imbibed in me. My father left this place earth on 2019, but he have given me a lot of understanding about spirituality, about food, connection with food. तमन्ना यही है कि जब तक जीऊं. चलूं या फिरूं या की मेहनत करूं, पढ़ूं या लिखूं मुंह से बोलूं कलाम, न बन आए मुझसे कोई ऐसा काम, जो मर्जी तेरी के मुवाफिक ना हो, रजा के तेरी कुछ मुखालिफ जो हो. Means in nutshell, whatever, dear God, dear Lord, I am designed to do in this earth, in this play, on this, it should be in compliance with your wish. If I'm designed to become a fakir, I will become the number one fakir. If I'm designed to become a raja, I'll become a number one raja. And whatever I will do, I will be honest in my work, in my deed, and whatever food I will eat, it will be with honesty. दोबारा I'll give you that prayer, don't worry. तमन्ना यही है कि जब तक जीऊं. और क्या करना है? अंगूठे से मैंने प्लेट टच कर लिया. तमन्ना यही है कि जब तक जीऊं, चलूं या फिरूं, यहाँ की मेहनत करूं, पढ़ूं या लिखूं, मुंह से बोलूं कलाम, ना बनाए मुझसे कोई ऐसा काम, जो मर्जी तेरी के मुवाफिक ना हो, रजा के तेरी कुछ मुखालिफ जो.
in the top right to continue.
आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. ब्रेकफास्ट, लंच, डिनर, नो टीवी, नो म्यूजिक, नो हस्बैंड वाइफ स्टूपिड फाइट, जस्ट बी हैप्पी. अरे सूखी रोटी नमक के साथ, चलो आज वो भी खा लेंगे भाई, क्या दिक्कत है? हरी चटनी है, ले हरी चटनी से यार खा लेंगे यार. If you eat like this, problem resolved. Can you do this? Yes, 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 Vinod. We can resolve any health issue except broken hearts. That is my confidence. ठीक है? Now, the most important thing is you'll be eating with shant mind. When you're eating in restaurant food, देखो restaurant food ठीक है, fine. Once in a while we can go. Has the chef made with the right mindset? Is the business owner a good person? Arey, you know this restaurant owner, in his when he was young, he used to kidnap people and he has made lot of money. I have one person in Agra who used to do these things. I never go in his restaurant. Are you understanding? But what if I go? But what if you go? Prayer. The moment you do prayer, the food becomes prashad. Can you do this? Type yes in the chat box. Yes. Coaches are allocated only to gold members because they are costly coaches. Costly means I have to give them good fees to be with me. Otherwise, they will fly and they will work here. I'll give you in silver, there is no personal coaches. By the way, I have charged 3599 rupees. I hope I am giving you value. Type V in the chat box if you guys are getting value. And for 1 year, I'll be teaching you power breathing in the mornings and stuff like that. Thank you. Thank you. The second one is, the second secret of natural healing is, yeah, Sunil has written it, right? I'll give you the bonuses now tomorrow. I'll give you the bonuses tomorrow. I'll give you that link of the prayer also. God's own food. What is that one food which my mentor told? It is in every holy book. It is written in Gita. It is written in Bible. It is written in Quran. It is written in Guru Granth Sahib. And I found it is in my Radha Swami Pothi also. जो हम पोथी पढ़ते हैं. I call it God's own food. Flaxseed, alsi, 10-15 grams, maximum 25 grams. Buy alsi seeds, make them, crush them into a powder. If you don't want to make powder, that's absolutely fine. Don't roast them. If you have put in mixie and you have grinded, then you have to consume in 7 days. 10-15 grams of fiber, maximum 20-25 grams of fiber in a day. Morning empty stomach. From your head till your toe, it will start opening the blockages. Fiber is not digested. It will be seen as it is in your feces. But fiber, what it does, it cleans the system. Now, this is the only fiber. I mean, I don't allow chilkas. I don't allow even nuts and seeds. It's not something very good. So the quantity is very important. So if you're going with nuts, kaju, badam, all these things, it's not very good. But again, we are living in a jugaad wali zindagi because we're not eating fruits from the forest. 0.05% is nuts. Uska half can be seeds. If you're 80 kg, 40 gram nuts. If you're 80 kg, 20 gram seeds. Clear? Type C in the chat box. Once in a day. Once in a day. Flex seeds. In English, flex seeds. In Hindi, alsi. Eat for 3 months. Don't eat for 21 days. Eat for 3 months. Don't eat for 21 days. Right? Alsi, alsi, 5, alsi. ALSI, alsi in Hindi, flaxseed. So if your weight is 80 kg, you are designed to eat nuts 40 grams. Alsi is not a nut, it is a seed. So if you're 80 kg, 40 gram nuts. If you're 80 kg, 20 gram seeds. That's it. Right? Flaxseed, FLAXSEED, flaxseed. Third thing. Are you ready for the third thing? Type yes in the chat box if you're ready for the third thing. Yeah, if you're 60 kg, 30 gram nuts. If you're 60 kg, 15 gram seeds. Okay. Third thing. From tomorrow, when you go outside, do barefoot walk or sit in grass or do sunlight or do lux light, do infinity, do butterfly exercise. 4 to 5 minutes reverse walking. उल्टा चलना है. Reverse walking. You know reverse walking? ये सीधा चल रहे हैं आप. Reverse, पीछे. Type yes if this can be done. So many of the muscles you are not using. Flexit कोई पूछे एक बार दोबारा बता दो, मैं लास्ट टाइम बता दूं, लिखो. If your weight is 60 kg, 15 grams, right? If your weight is 80 kg, 20 grams. Put it in the mouth, keep chewing. Once it is all chewed, take it inside your stomach. That's it. If you want to have a sip of water, you can have it after that. That's it. Don't roast. Okay? So when you do reverse walk, you will disconnect yourself, disassociate yourself with worldly faltu desires. All negative people in your life will automatically vanish. So do you want to know who was my first online coach? A person who has made a movie in Hollywood. Right? Dan Millman. He made on his books, a movie was made. D-A-N, Dan Millman, M-I-L-M-A-N. Peaceful Warrior. How many of you have seen that movie? The benefits of flaxseed is immense. Your blood vessels will open, your digestion will improve, toxins will come out, your skin will be better, your hair will be better, n number of. So my first online coach was Dan Millman. He wrote a beautiful book called Body Mind Mastery. Here he talks about animals and birds. They have their gravity in the center. Birds, butterfly, animals with 4 legs. We humans, right-handers, left-handers, eating from right side, driving from right steering, right hand. So we have disturbed our equilibrium. To maintain that equilibrium, reverse walk is very important. 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Initially, आपको लगेगा कि कोई पीछे, you will do like this just to check if nobody is standing beside you. After 1-2 months, your brain will give you intuition nobody is there in the back. Trust me, guys. आपको भी ये क्या magic है? Right? Your mind, your third eye will open. And you know there is nobody at back. Can you do this? Type yes in the chat box if this can be done. Perfect. Last but not the least. When you wake up in the morning, maximum glasses of water in the morning. Your weight is 60 kg, 6 to 12 glasses. Uska 1/3 you should drink in the morning. What is 1/3 of 6? 2. What is 1/3 of 12? 4. Okay. So approximately you can drink around 1 liter of water, because when you are sleeping for 7, 8 hours, 9 hours, your body is very dry from inside. All the organs are dry. When the organs are dry, let's say my liver is dry, it will take water from gallbladder. Gallbladder is dry, it will take water from kidneys. Kidneys are dry, kidney will start taking water from the lungs. Are you understanding this vicious circle? So in the morning, when you break this down by giving a massive doses of water, your entire day, the organs will be healthy. I have consumed 2 liters water for 6 years in morning. 2 liters water when I woke up from 10th class. But what I'm saying, 1 liter तक आप ले सकते हो. Or if your weight is 60 kg, minimum 6 classes, maximum 12. So if you're planning 6 classes, then 1/3 of 6. If you're planning 12 classes, then 1/3 of 12. The best way is drink as many as you can. Not for kidney patients. Right? Anybody? Flaxseed empty stomach. It can be matka water. It can be lukewarm water. It can be water from the matka. It can be lukewarm water. Because if you are drinking moon charged water, nothing like that. You can lukewarm that, or you can directly drink that. Or the structured water. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are coming to an end. I know you have made a Pandora of knowledge and information. Right? नहीं रोस्ट नहीं करना है, रोस्ट नहीं करना है. Flexseed को never roast it. Can you make notes? If any confusion comes, you have a gold coach who will be helping you out. We have question answers tomorrow. You can ask me. Can you digest the knowledge you have? Type yes in the chat box. Questions नहीं द आंसर दूंगा अभी मैं. Tomorrow is question answers. Okay, tomorrow is question answers. Very nice. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before moving to the gold consultation, personal consultation, how can I get unlimited support to know secrets that I need? The biggest pain problem when I was sick and I was asking for calls and WhatsApp, they said, sir, in 6 months we give 6 appointments. You have taken these 6 appointments in 2 months. Kindly renew. Can you feel the pain? Type yes in the chat box. I paid to a nutritionist. I don't want to name the company, back in 2010-11. 6 months, 6 appointments. I said, okay, done. But I had more problems. Are over. Can you please renew your plan? मैंने कहा मेरे 6 महीने का था. So, but you have completed all your calls. Oh, भाई ये क्या है? There will be a WhatsApp group. Unlimited WhatsApp support with one coach. You, your coach, and if your family members. Every 15 days, you will meet your coach on Zoom call. If you want to talk to them, kuch bhi baat hai, you can just drop them a message, they'll call you back. Is it making sense to you? Type yes in the chat box. Perfect. So now the last point is, I want you, how many of you would like to have a certificate in nutrition? Type me in the chat box. From government, authorized university. So write it down, ladies and gentlemen. India is short, the world is short of nutritionists and dietitians. I as a cricket player did not know कि भाई मैं ये करने वाला हूँ जो अब कर रहा हूँ. Write down, the first course you need to do is CFN. लिखो CFN, Certificate in Food Nutrition. Certificate in Food Nutrition. Okay? कहां से करोगे? लिखो IGNOU, Indira Gandhi National Open University. Write down in your notepad CFN, Certificate in Food Nutrition. From where? Indira Gandhi National Open University. 6 months course. कितना पैसा खर्च होगा? Hardly 1500-1800 कुछ. The second one is, if you want to do DNHE, Diploma in Nutrition and Health Education, from IGNO. Right? So if you want to become a nutritionist, I have done MSc Dietetics. Very good. If you want to add something more amazing, you can add these. बाकी तो इंस्टीट्यूट बहुत सारे हैं, 15 लाख, 25 लाख, 30 लाख, 2 लाख, 1 लाख, 50,000. These are the two basics which government, from a government recognized university, and you can do at a no cost sitting in your home. You have to just go to a study center. In every city they have a study center. They open their registration in the month of December and July. Now July is about to come. हो गया आपका पेड़ा पार. CFN, Certificate in Food Nutrition. D, Diploma. N, Nutrition, Diploma in Nutrition and Health Education, DNHE. Okay? So apart from that, all the gold members who will become, I'm going to give you 65 ebooks to read. 65 ebooks to read, which you can complete in 1 year or 2 years. Would you like to read the best ebooks? Type me in the chat box. Amazing. So these mindfulness हमारा चलता रहेगा, right? Weekly mastermind चलता रहेगा. 28 days challenge. I'll tell you tomorrow what needs to be done. All these bonuses you see on the screen, guys. Can I give you these bonuses tomorrow? Type yes in the chat box. Can I give you these bonuses tomorrow? Type yes in the chat box, since we have very less time. Okay, perfect. Very nice. So stamina tracker, this I will be telling you tomorrow how to check your stamina, but your coaches are also going to help you out. This is one of the most important thing in personal consultation, right? And there will be a small certificate if you complete all the videos. If you complete the personal consultation, there will be a small certificate that we will be providing you. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, yesterday, if you remember, I started from saying that you are a tree and you need fruits. So what are the fruits? What are the trees? Everybody take a deep breath. You are a tree. I am a tree. It depends on good seed. That was my father's semen. Fertile land. That was my mother's womb. Manure. The food my mother used to eat. The thoughts my mother used to have. Soil. How was the family members? How was the surrounding? Wild grass. Yes, my mother had some negative people around her, maybe in her in-laws, maybe in her own family, right? But my mother only focused on giving good fruits. Same is your mother. Type yes if you are emotionally connecting with this analogy. Sunlight. What kind of knowledge my mom had? What kind of knowledge your mother had? She was taking negativity, means carbon dioxide, and her job was to give only oxygen, which we breathe. Neighbor trees. How were the neighbor of the place my mother was living before marriage, after marriage, right? Roots. What samskars my Naniji gave it to my mother. Are you connecting, guys? If emotionally, type EY in the chat box. Emotionally, yes. What is the roots of my mother? Of course, my dad also, right? Stems and trunks. My mother's 6 sisters and 2 brothers, right? Branches, the college, the school, the friend she had, leaves and medicines, the leaves, so many people in her life, so many people she knows, so many people she interacted with, right? Like leaves are giving medicines also. Seeds, the saplings. Now, if you see the journey of the deeds of your mother, it has impacted not just one family, but many families, right? Now, flower came, honey came, take the nectar. So there's so many things my mother, you know, she was used by maybe in-laws in many ways. बेटा ये कर दो, वो कर दो, ऐसा कर दो, वैसा कर दो, fine, right? Even the mother job was to give and give. छाल बन गई, दवाइयाँ बन गई, फर्नीचर बन जाएगा उस लकड़ी से. The legacy it never goes. And even if the tree is fallen, the soil is always binded because the roots was very powerful. And it is adding to the earth ecology. And then I was born, you were born. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, see how a fruit comes. It's so much efforts. I have given my heart out to teach you, explain you in the most easiest way I think I can. Now the ball is in your court. Whether you want to come with consultation or not, totally your choice. But before I leave, before I give you this person consultation, here are certain D's you need to understand. Drugs, can you taper these medicines on your own? Tell me yes or no in the chat box. क्या ये दवाइयाँ आप खुद हटा सकते हो? Tell me yes or no. I think you cannot. You'll be confused. Can someone help? Very few people. I think we are one of them that can help you. Medicine say, is there any benefit? I don't think so. And will you agree with me that it is giving you chemical imbalance? Type yes in the chat box. It is giving you chemical imbalance, right? Drugs ke baad, right? Now tell me, is it a health problem or a wealth problem, or maybe it is both? My answer is drugs is not the only way. Diseases. You have been told you have to be on these lifelong medicines because this disease is never cured. You are in stress type yes, right? You are now understanding the knowledge about your disease. It is a physical imbalance type yes in the chat box. Is it a health problem or a wealth problem? I think maybe both. Diseases are not permanent. That is my submission to you. Then comes diagnosis. Can you do self-diagnosis? No, you cannot. Can you trust the labs? Partially. Partially. Can these diagnoses give you right direction? I think no. Will you believe it is a mental imbalance? Type yes in the chat box if it is a mental imbalance. Right? Again and again, so many diagnoses, reports, anxiety, ye high, ye come. Is it a health issue or a wealth issue? Maybe both. Is your diagnosis, whether you are a patient or not, it is a big question mark. After diagnosis, doctors, will they give you this much time that we are giving you in workshops and personal consultation? हमारा एक consultation goes up to 60 minutes, 90 minutes. And we are saying it's unlimited. Right? Are they wrong? No, they are not wrong because they don't have time. Are they accountable? Never. Right? Tell me if it is a human imbalance. Type yes in the chat box if it is a human imbalance. And is this a health problem or a wealth problem? Maybe both. So choosing a healer is choosing a vehicle. Like you choose, go with an aeroplane or a train or a car. It depends what journey you are choosing. You cannot go in a car to USA. So similarly, I believe for small diseases, you have taken a wrong vehicle. Deception yani dhoka. Will you believe that your medicines are giving you side effects and it is shortening your life? You are less productive. Type yes, right? Do you believe you're overcharged? One day hospital bed 20,000, one hospital visit 1,500 rupees and medicines. Type yes. Somewhere your trust is fading away from the medical world. Type yes in the chat box. And once you come to know that ये धोखा हो रहा है मेरे साथ, your spiritual imbalance can happen. You can start asking questions to God, like I asked कि मैं क्यों बीमार हूँ, मेरा क्रिकेट क्यों छुड़वा दिया भाई, right? Now, it is a health problem or a wealth problem. I think you decide. But what I'm saying is there is always a U-turn. If a person fools you once, he's a rascal. If a person fools you twice, you are stupid. If you agree with me, type AG in the chat box. Then the last one is detoxification. Right? Will you agree you are surrounded by the electromagnetic spectrum, digital detox or digital toxins? Yes, you are. Somewhere your emotions are also having a lot of toxins. Husband ने ये बोल दिया, wife ने ये बोल दिया, बच्चे ने ये बोल दिया, boss ने ये बोल दिया, लगा रहता है. Some way you are internally suffering. Maybe you are wearing a mask showing the world you are very happy. Maybe, but maybe internally you are not. And that is where your electrical imbalance is coming. Is it a health issue or a wealth issue? You decide. My submission to you is your body is shouting for help. Type yes if you agree. Your body is shouting for help. But the irony is you don't know how to heal. You're just following some trends. ये खा लो, वो खा लो, ऐसा कर लो. Now, see what's written. I think this is a happiness problem. Type yes in the chat box if all these 6 Ds have taken away your happiness. Yeah? If we feel hollow sometimes, you actually don't know what to do. Right? Now, the strength of you is your body is supporting. You are listening to me on a Zoom, sitting on a chair. That's it. You can reverse your problem. A hope has been created. Type yes. Your foundation has become very strong. What your body needs. Type yes. Everything I'm giving you is evidence based. Type yes. And you will be healing from your home. You will be not coming to a pahadon pe, Himalayas pe, right? So insurance will not work when your strength is the top things. You are kept on lifelong medicine and supplements. Type yes if this is the weakness. And there are very few less core healers who will heal you without any supplements or medicines and this and that. Expenses are shooting like anything, right? Microbes are reducing from your body, right? Organs are dying, rotting. But maybe you're not realizing the loss. That's your weakness. Strength, weakness, opportunity. We have an open community. Come meet me in Agra. Come in my retreats. We share live results daily on YouTube. Type yes in the chat box. And you have seen those results yourself. I bet on that. You must have seen clicking on those YouTube videos. Pay per use. Pay us monthly. If you can afford to pay us in one go, good. Or why would I say no? But I would say if you have less confidence that whether my disease will be reversed or not, pay me monthly. Why would you pay me a second installment? Meet with like-minded peoples. And it is the most safest way of reversing your diseases. That is naturopathy. But maybe you're not listening to your heart. Now the threat is, ladies and gentlemen, take a deep breath. The threat is, with every medicine you're eating, with every graphene rotating in your blood, you are damaging your DNA every second. Your body might come at healing crisis. You are late, but not too late. Okay? Iatrogenocide. Dying because of side effects of medicines and hospital errors. And maybe your soul is cursing you, but you're not listening. Maybe you have learned so much, you're thinking, let me process. This process will keep going. Start your personal consultation. You deserve that. Type yes in the chat box. Okay. Now, A, B, C, D, E, F of healing. A is amplify. Yes, I'm telling the fees, hold on. A is amplify. multiply your healing. B is beyond nutrition. Think beyond nutrition. Therapies, emotional healing, EMF, right? All these things will be coming. C, cost of not healing. Okay, let's say you're not coming on naturopathy, fine. Nobody's forcing you. But what is the cost of not healing yourself permanently? Is it a disaster? Type D in the chat box. 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line, same problem you have right now. Tell me the hospital expenses, medical expenses, and the body suffering that is going to come. D is dare and dream. Type DD in the chat box if you have already dare and dream in your mind. E is energy cleansing. Glucose, diabetes. I will still say you are diabetic and I need to take out glucose from each and every cell. And F is fall in love with yourself, ladies and gentlemen. If you are loving this mind map, type M in the chat box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of healing. You need one coach. That's it. A crazy guy, a crazy girl worked with me. Work. 2 things you have to maintain is your work and your life balance, work-life balance. 3 things, focus on 3-figure age, 100, 110, not 99, it is 2-figure. 4th is 4-dimension growth, health, wealth, relationship. NWC means new world contribution. What you are contributing in this new world? Are you a Boj or you're contributing? I want you to contribute. 5 elements enrichment: air, fire, water, earth, space. And the last one is enjoy all 6 seasons disease free. Are you ready to take personal consultation? Type yes in the chat box. If yes, this happiness problem, we will make it happiness forever. Type HF in the chat box, ladies and gentlemen, if you want happiness forever. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are looking to live disease-free life, imagine no medicines, imagine no supplements, imagine people are praising you, imagine people are asking you what you're doing, imagine your money is safe, imagine you're reversing your diseases, imagine you're coming in Hall of Fame, imagine there is no more suffering, there's full stop put to it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I invite you to Gold membership, which is our USB, and we only give this once in a month right after those 2 days of training. Are you ready to invest in your health, or you are okay putting expenditure after expenditure after expenditure in your health? Awesome. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you have to ask me what is the price of this membership, I would say thousands and thousand times less than hospitals and medicines. But if you have to ask me, the original price that I do is this that you see on screen. But I don't want you to spend this much money. This is the corporate price. If somebody comes to my clinic directly and is after my life, you know, I need, I sell this price. How many of you want price which is no brainer, and how many of you want to pay in installments? Imagine it's a 6 months installments and I'm taking money in 7 installments. Are you ready? Awesome. So my team is going to give you a payment link shortly. Today you have to give a down payment of 7,999 rupees. Today, if you are interested to have a personal coach who will make you disease free, you need to pay the installment of 7,999, and then you have to pay 7 installments of 14,999. When you have to pay? Day 5, 30, 60. See on the right side I have written. So the total payable price is 1,13,000 rupees, and if somebody pays full, it's 7,000 discount. I don't want your full money. If you want to pay, you can pay later. But as of now, to book your spot, here is the payment link in the chat box. So my team is giving you the payment link in the chat box. It is 7,999 rupees. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask any question. If your diseases are not reversing, I don't want any installment. You will not give me any installment. Any questions? Can I take this for my mother? Of course, you can take this for a mother. So what you will do,